There's a fan vote that happens on socials and on the internet. And if you win that, you win the charity challenge. You're the only player to win the charity challenge each time they've been nominated.
Yeah, it's Chiefs Kingdom, baby.
As the club's Walter Payton Man of the Year. Shout out to Chiefs Kingdom. Shout out to the 92%ers. Operation Breakthrough also dropped some throwback pics of you because you've been involved there for a while.
Oh, we've been doing this since
look at these
the beginning of my career. Yeah.
The young Travis Kelce right here.
There you go. Oh, yeah. In the muffler shop. And then, the early days, man. Oh, my gosh. It's so funny seeing some of these pictures. The original robotics lab that 87 are running my foundation helped support. That robot right there. You see that young girl holding up. And now she is like one of the like high school kids that have been using Operation Breakthrough and all its resources for a while. So it's cool to see some of these familiar faces grow into high school kids and kind of
awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. And one of my first foundation events, I used to do a walk the walk. It used to be a fashion show that I used to put on for some of the boutiques and the kids over at Operation Breakthrough got to walk in it. So shout out to everyone over at OB. You guys know how much I love you and how much you guys mean to me. And it just means everything that 92%ers and Chiefs Kingdom out there help support that. And it's all to make these kids right here happy and proud of where they come from, man.
Well, just so you guys know, everything from the nationwide Walter Payton Man of the Year Charity Challenge goes to support Operation Breakthrough. So you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody who voted for Travis and who has helped Operation Breakthrough out. It's a fantastic organization in Kansas City. They do so many things for these kids and families. So well done, everyone. And that wraps up New News, which is brought to you once again by American Express.
Let's move on to some bold topics to wrap up Week 18 in the NFL. Wow, Week 18. I forgot we even had 18 weeks. It's a 17-game season. Bold topics are brought to you by KFC.
Yeah, we got some snackers, famous KFC bowls. All right, here we go. Chiefs 12, Raiders 14. What are your thoughts on the season, Trev? What are your closing sentiments from this Chiefs season?
You know, it was a tough season. Obviously, ended even worse because my guy 1-5 went down, and we finished the season with a lot of starters kind of being banged up. So we had a mixture of guys that were getting their first taste of what the NFL has to offer, which is fun, but it definitely has its challenges, and it's a tough way to go out, especially with the amount of success and the standard that you hold, yourself and the team to going into the season and throughout the season. And you try and look back on it, right away, and you try and, learn from it and maybe try and figure out where it all went wrong and how you could have been better in certain situations. And it's just a shitty feeling and a shitty way to try and navigate one of the things you love to do the most, and that's play football. And I appreciate everybody that was in that building and that was on the field the past like 3-4 weeks when we knew we really didn't have much to play for other than the love of the game and the pride and the honor that comes with playing in the NFL. But I appreciate everybody that was out there giving it their all and putting their body on the line, and made it as good as we could have going into the last week and the end of the season.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than not making the playoffs. It is very frustrating. You guys have done it, especially when you guys have done it so much. Like, it's absolutely crazy, and you guys obviously should be very proud of that. But that doesn't make it actually probably hurts more, I would assume.
Yeah, it's kind of an embarrassing feeling, but you keep it moving, man. You keep it moving. And I'm still a fan of the game, and I still love the game. So I'll be tuned in throughout the playoffs, seeing how this thing shakes out over the next couple weeks. And I'll get to be around some friends and family in January instead of trying to figure out how to win some playoff games.
The season did not come without you guys winning some things, especially you, Trev, with some records being broken. Let's have a little reminder, since you love talking about records so much and stats. All right. You became the third tight end ever with 13,000 receiving yards, the fastest to ever accomplish that feat. Guys in front of you, of course, another Kansas City legend, Tony Gonzalez, who...
TG.
I mean, absolutely insane how many yards Tony has.
No, it's absolutely insane, as you're right. It's fucking silly.
Yeah, and then obviously Jason Witten down in Dallas. Travis, the third one to get over the 13,000 yard marker, which is a very fitting number, I think. You also passed T.O. for 8th most receptions in NFL history. Did you know that?
Yes. Yeah, I've known all. They asked me about all this stuff after the game, so that's how I really know.
That's crazy. I didn't know you were 8th of receptions, just period. That's awesome.
Yeah, Coach Reed dials me up. I don't know what else to tell you. I think when he puts together a game plan, he features me, and I'm very fortunate of that. And I'm fortunate that in my 13th year, he was still trusting me to try and win him some ball games. So shout out to Coach for helping me accumulate some of these yards and catches.
Well, another record is you are now tied with Tim Brown for the longest streak of seasons with 75 plus receptions at 10.
That's a LeBron stat. 100%.
Yeah, that's a LeBron stat.
Shout out to Tim Brown, though.
Now that the season is over, what is next for the Big Yeti?
Yeah, every season ends for me. I put my feet up and I just be a human because I've been putting my body through the ringer for the love of it. I do enjoy playing football and the physical aspect of it. I think there's something about feeling the wear and tear of the football season to just fucking getting ready for a game, knowing that your body's fucking beat down, man. I think there's something to it. It makes you just feel like a mangy animal that just is fucking out here just finding a way to survive. And I just fucking love that shit. But I think, just being a regular human for a couple weeks, maybe a month or so, and trying to figure out what I'm going to do next in terms of my future in football. I think, I've talked to a few people in the facility already, having the exit meetings and everything. And they know where I stand, at least right now. And I think there's a lot of love for the game that's still there. And I don't think I'll ever lose that. I don't know. It's a tough thing to navigate, but at the same time, I think if my body can heal up and rest up, and I can feel confident that I can go out there and give it another 18, 20, 21 week run. I think I would do it in a heartbeat. So I think right now it's just finding that answer and seeing how the body feels after this game and kind of when it all settles down.
I'm confused. So you're not already coming back?
What?
Chris Jones has said that you're coming back. I thought this was already...
Nice. That's why we love Chris. He's very optimistic. He's very optimistic.
Chris Jones's quote is, "I'm not buying it. He'll be back next year." But he also followed that up, though. He said, "I can't promise you anything."
Nice. There you go. Yeah, let's keep this thing moving. A little Eagles 17, Commanders 24. Jason, you want some thoughts on the game? I mean, obviously the Eagles didn't play all their starters, but... Yeah,
I mean, that's the big storyline, is obviously the way it worked this past week for the Eagles was if, Detroit beat Chicago, which did end up happening, and if the Eagles win, the Eagles could have jumped up to the 2 seed. The Eagles obviously elected to rest their starters because they prioritized the rest going into the playoffs, which I think is right. I mean, if the Eagles could have guaranteed getting the 2 seed by playing their starters, I think they probably would have played. But because there was this other game that also had to take place, you have the risk of injury. It's kind of outside of your control. The one thing you can control in that situation is making sure your team is rearing and ready to go for week 1. And I also, to be honest with you, I felt pretty confident the Eagles backups would beat the Commanders. And I think that they should have. They didn't finish the game well. They started off pretty good. Tank Bigsby was running crazy. I was excited to see Tanner McKee. He's played well in most of his outings with the Eagles. So there's a portion of me that just wanted to see what some of these backups and young guys could do. But yeah, it looks bad in hindsight. This is one of those things where, because Chicago lost, we got the egg on our face because we didn't play our starters, and we could have the 2 seed most likely if we would have played everybody. But I think of it like this too, is like
Monday morning quarterback.
If they start the starters and one of the premier guys gets hurt, and the Lions don't win, then everybody's going to be on Nick Sirianni about what fucking idiot is playing his guys in a game that's meaningless.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Yeah.
And we were in a similar situation in 2023, my last year, and the offense was struggling. We really actually had less to gain. Like we weren't really playing for anything in that week, if I recall it correctly. And we go out there and we play, and what happens? A.J. Brown gets hurt, and he couldn't play in the first playoff game. Jalen Hurts also got banged up in that game. And I do think that was also in the back of Nick Sirianni and the Eagles' head of like, listen, the last time we played our guys in a game like this, it ended up costing us some meaningful people, and we weren't at our best against Tampa Bay. I think at this point in the season, when you get the rest and you have the opportunity to avoid somebody getting hurt and you don't know for certain that playing guys is going to help you, I don't know that it benefits you that much. And at the end of the day, you still got to go through good teams to win the Super Bowl. Like, yeah, if we're the 2 seed and we can guarantee 2 home games, that is a big thing. That is a big deal. But at the same time, like we're going to have to play great teams regardless. And now we get a week of rest. All of our starters, Landon, our whole offensive line has been so banged up. A lot of those guys got the ability to get healthier. And then we're going to get to play, and now we get San Fran, who just fought their tails off with a juggernaut of Seattle, and they're going to be coming to the East Coast. I think if this team is good enough, they're still going to find a way to get it done. I don't think that decision in Week 18 is going to determine the outcome of this team. I just think that when we play up to our potential with the defense we have and with the offensive firepower we have, I think we can beat anybody.
Well, you guys got the 49ers next week. And, they've been rolling, man. They've been rolling. They had a tough one last week, but...
Dude, how good is Seattle?
That was a crazy game.
Dude, Seattle
Shitty weather game, too.
Seattle's so long and fast, and those windows they're smaller, and they close. And
they're active, man. Active.
I came away from that game more impressed with Seattle than I was like, oh, San Fran ain't very good. San Fran's still legit. I just think the Seattle defense is freaking... Man, do they got some dudes over there.
Yeah. With everything that's happened with the 49ers, man, Kyle Shanahan, man.
It's one of the best seasons.
Tip of the cap. He just keeps finding ways to fucking win. And shout out to the guys that, that haven't gotten injured, that are fighting through and finding ways.
Shout out to John Lynch for building a deep roster. You know what I mean? Like to be able to weather all this stuff. If they don't go out and get Mac Jones this offseason, they don't. What happens in those 8 games that Brock Purdy misses?
Who knows, man? All right, let's get into the rest of Week 18. Good luck to those birds playing the Niners next week, man. I'm going to be fucking glued to the TV on Sunday when they play. But the rest of the Week 18 games, Seahawks got the number 1 seed by beating the Niners. We just talked about that. The NFC South had 3 teams finished 8-9. Panthers move on due to the tiebreakers, with the 8-9 Panthers hosting the 12-5 Rams. Is a crazy insane thing to think about. I think I remember some coaches coming out and saying, hey, if the record's better, we deserve the home game. But yeah. I kind of think that would...
I'm all in on the divisions.
You win the division, you get the home game. I think I'm with that.
You don't win your division, you don't get a home game. I don't care what your record is.
And now the Rams have to go all the way to Carolina, take that 5-hour trip to play a football game.
Carolina kind of like smalls their way into the playoffs. Like Rodrigo just kind of Rodriguez, Benny the Jet, just sent him out to center field, and they just held up their glove like this. And
You're
then
insane. Come on,
like,
Smalls.
We're in the playoffs. Holy shit.
Okay, we're doing this. All right. That's hilarious.
Steelers pulled it off against the Ravens. Another fucking
dude. Lamar came out hot, dude.
It was an awesome end of the game.
Lamar versus Rodgers was a hell of a fucking battle.
Lamar and Rodgers, especially in the fourth quarter, were freaking on fire. Like every time you thought one of them outdid the other one answered, and it came down to the wire. Lamar got them in position, but yeah, you missed the kick. I mean, it's unfortunate, right?
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. And actually, Mike Tomlin had another Mike Tomlin quote about how unfortunate it is, and just how, sometimes the ball just doesn't go your way, He says, in quote, you know how it is missing a field goal. If my aunt had male parts, she'd be my uncle.
I wish you would have just say the whole thing, Mike. I don't need you to sugarcoat it or censor it. Yeah, if my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle. That's what the saying is. It doesn't hit the same with the male parts, but it is a great one.
It's a banger. And we got the playoff picture. We were just talking about the Eagles playing in San Fran, hosting San Fran, that is. being the number 3 seed. Rams going to Carolina. Green Bay at Chicago. The Bears hosting a playoff game at Soldier Field. That's epic. Steelers hosting the Texans with the 4-5 matchup. Buffalo has got to go down to Duval. How about it, man? Those guys are fucking rocking, but you can never count out Josh Allen. And then you got a fun one, man. 2 awesome quarterbacks. Love watching both these guys play, with Justin Herbert versus Drake May. And they'll be up there in New England playing, man. Which one's your favorite game?
Well, the game I'm most excited about is Philly versus San Fran. I do think that's one of the more exciting games in the first round.
There's a little bit of an NFC playoff like rivalry between you guys for sure.
No doubt. We've had a lot of meaningful games really over the last 5-6 years.
Hell yeah.
Because we've both been really good. I'm looking forward to all of them. That's why the playoffs are so good. I'll be honest, I still wish it was 6 teams. I don't like that there's 7 teams. I don't like that there's only 1 bye. I think it should be the old structure, but it's still the NFL playoffs. It's still the best thing around. I still love it. I'm looking forward to most of these games. I think the ones that I'm probably San Fran, Philadelphia, and probably Jacksonville, Buffalo. The 2 6-3 games are probably the most exciting ones. What do you think? What are the games you're most excited about, Trey?
I mean, the one I just talked about up in New England, I think that's going to be fun as hell to watch. Buffalo, Jacksonville game, I'm pretty fucking jacked for.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see who comes out on top on that one.
Do we have a most likely upset? Who do you think is going to lose? That's favorite. I mean, either of the 4 seeds, which that's not an upset, though. Are we going upset by seed or upset by...
Seed.
Well, then the obvious answer is like LA is going to beat the piss out of fucking Carolina, right?
Until that ball just finds the mitt.
Hey, sometimes when you got that Angels in the outfield luck to you, it just,
You got the juice. You got the juice, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I think the other one is obviously Houston versus Pittsburgh. Houston's defense is insane.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to say.
Buffalo? Is Buffalo out?
I could see him winning.
Jacksonville's really good, right?
They got a lot of. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun right now.
The one I feel the most confident about is definitely LA. What team is the most hot going into playoffs?
It's got to be Jacksonville. They fucking won their last like 7 games or something.
Jacksonville has finished the regular season hot. That's why that game right now, I'm very much looking forward to watching. Which quarterback will get their first playoff win? I think May will.
I mean, it's between him and Herbert. I can see.
I think Darnold. I mean, dude, it's hard to bet against Seattle right now. They looked unbelievable against San Fran. Darnold looks great too, but that defense is really the one thing that's like, whoa. Seattle's defense is kind of built like a modern day NBA team.
The athletes.
Their nickel is like 6'3".
Bro, he is active too.
There were plays kind of open for San Fran, but by the time the ball got there, that distance was just closed. They move so fast. They have range. That's right. They remind me of an modern NBA team because they're all long. They can cover ground. And I feel like right now everybody's playing this like kind of conservative zone, like get back into your hooks. And the way teams are trying to combat that is the short stuff. But then they just break. They break on that stuff so quickly that even when you throw it short, they're on you right now and you don't get much out of it. So they tackle well. It's a very impressive defense. So I don't know. If I'm rolling with one, I'm going with May.
There you go.
Do you have a Super Bowl dark horse?
I mean, it's got to be kind of Jacksonville, right? I just feel like that's the one that's got the energy and has the momentum right now. And I mean, even though they're a 3 seed, which their record shows that they're one of the top teams in the league, it's kind of like it's unproven yet. You know, you got to see Trevor go out there and really run the table, man. And I think that's probably my dark horse if there is a dark horse.
It does feel like the Rams are getting a lot of attention. The Eagles are obviously the defending champions. Seattle, everyone is talking about now. But on the AFC side, everyone's talking about Josh Allen. It's his time. Like Drake May, MVP. Almost nobody really is talking that much about Jack. Like they're the darkest one, but they've actually been playing the most consistent probably. I'm kind of with you on this. I don't think they're going to win, but they are the dark horse.
Yeah, we've got a great slate of games this weekend, and you can't forget that Prime Video game. That's right. Green Bay Packers are playing the Chicago Bears over at Soldier Stadium.
Yeah,
I remember a playoff game over at Soldier Stadium. It ended in a double doink. It's always electric, and there's going to be an electric game this Saturday, January 10th at 7:30 p.m. only on Prime Video.
Hey-o.
All right. Well, that wraps up Bold Topics, brought to you by KFC.
Hey-o.
Let's wrap up some football talk with Stamps of the Week. Stamps of the Week is brought to you by HBO Max. Check out The Pit, Season 2 premiering tomorrow at 9 Eastern.
All right, this is the easiest pick for me. I'm going Myles Garrett. Broke the sack record. Anytime somebody breaks a freaking all-time season record of sacks, rushing yards, anything like that, they're going to get the Stamp of the Week. I don't know how you don't give him the Stamp of the Week. And he did it sacking Joe Burrow. Did Joe take a dive? Do we have another Gastineau? Let's take a look at this. Did Joe take a dive? Joe doesn't strike me as a diving kind of guy.
No, he's a competitor.
No, that's a sack. Yeah, he didn't fight it, but that's a sack. We'll count it.
Shout out to Myles Garrett, man. Absolute fucking legend. Deserves all the praise he's getting, and congrats on fucking getting 23 sacks. It's crazy, man. Strahan was commenting on it, says, he's got the record in 17 games. I got the record in 16 games.
He kind of was joking around a bit about it.
Yeah, you already know he's having fun with it. He shows Myles all the respect as well, man. But
for sure,
I'm gonna go hit home with it, baby. Cleveland Heights' own Layla Edwards is heading to the Olympics. That's right. Becomes the first black woman to play for the U.S. women's national team.
Hell yeah!
At the Olympic Games, she's going to be out there in Milan, supporting or representing the U.S. of A. and. Even cooler, our hometown, Cleveland Heights, Ohio.
Congratulations to Layla Edwards. That wraps up Stamp of the Week, brought to you by HBO Max and The Pit Season 2, premiering tomorrow night on HBO Max.
Now let's get to some Matt Damon. Jason, can you do the honors, please?
I would love to, Trav. Thank you to our sponsor, Intuit TurboTax.
TurboTax has some new news this tax season. They're opening store locations near you.
That's right. The same TurboTax that's been dominating the online tax game is now bringing their A game right to your neighborhood.
How about it? Think about it like home field advantage for your taxes. Nice. You can walk in, meet your TurboTax full service expert in person, and know your taxes are being handled by someone who's got your back.
You can even start in person with your TurboTax expert, then go about your day while they work to get you every last deduction you need and stay updated on the progress in the app.
No more chasing updates or worrying about your refund. Just confidence that your dedicated expert will handle everything from start to finish and get every dollar you deserve.
TurboTax stores all the new modern way of doing taxes, leaving the old way of doing taxes behind. To find a location and get matched with an expert, visit TurboTax.com.
Intuit TurboTax. Now, this is taxes.
Thank you to our partner, American Express.
When you're traveling, there's something special about taking a minute to slow down.
Whether that's enjoying the peace of an airport lounge, a hotel that feels like it's an upgrade from maybe that real life world that you've been living in. Anyways, or a live show from your favorite artist.
All right. With the newly enhanced American Express Platinum card, you get access to curated events and experiences. It's like you're not just attending the event, you're actually living it.
Between all the premium travel perks, dining experiences, and entertainment options, plus the award-winning American Express Service Platinum membership brings experiences to a whole new level.
It's true what they say. There's nothing like Platinum.
Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/withplatinum. Thank you to our partner, KFC.
Bowl season is over for college football, but new bowl season is beginning. That's way better.
Oh, yeah?
It's KFC $5 bowl season.
That's right. They're serving up 5 different bowls for $5 each. You get a famous bowl with those fluffy mashed potatoes and juicy chicken, or you can try their spicy mac and cheese bowl.
Creamy mac and cheese with a kick? Come on now.
People think $5 means you're getting some tiny portion. Nuh-uh. These bowls are loaded.
Right? Like we're talking 0 leftovers. You're finishing this whole thing.
5 different ways to fill it up, all $5. It's math. That's how it works. That's the kind of value we need after the holidays, right? We just spent a bunch of money on presents and gifts that our kids have already forgotten about.
5 bowls, $5, 0 leftovers.
Try KFC $5 bowls today. Actually, right now. Don't even wait till later today. Go to your KFC
now. We are so fucking lucky to
do our
have you,
best.
brother. We're gonna have
do
some
our
fun
best.
with this one.
Oh
though,
man,
all right?
I'm fired up to be here. I actually like, for some reason that my Instagram thinks that you're the only thing I ever want to watch.
Oh, man.
That's too good, man.
I've seen so much of your stuff just recommended to me, so this is cool.
Our guest today is an actor, writer, and producer from Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Woo-hoo!
He is a 2-time Golden Globe winner, 3 times Critic Choice winner, and an Academy Award winner. He is also the 2007 People's Sexiest Man Alive. You know him from Good Will Hunting, The Martian, the Ocean's franchises, The Talented Mr. Ripley, the Bourne franchises, Saving Private Ryan, The Departed, Ford and First for Yarring, Air, Oppenheimer. Gosh dang, I was running out of movies. Here we go. And his new movie, The Rip, is on Netflix starting January 16th. 92%ers, please welcome, well, how about this? How about them apples? It's Matt Damon! Let's go!
Thank you, guys. That was awesome, Jason. Dude. Thank you. I feel like I should run out of the locker room and go hit somebody.
Let's fucking go.
That's all we're good at.
Either doing that ourselves or motivating people to do it. It's all we know. Dude, you're absolute iconic, brother, and we can't thank you enough for spending some time. The Rip is unbelievable, man.
It is.
It is.
Thank you, guys. I'm fired up that you guys saw. You guys are the first people to see it, so that's great news.
What?
That's great for me to hear. Yeah, we haven't shown many people at all. It hasn't come out yet, so and this is the first interview I'm doing for it, so this is very, very cool.
All right.
I live a fucking dumb life, man. Dude, this movie is ridiculous, man. It had me on the edge of my seat the entire time, and it's based off of, or a lot of the facts are based off of a true story.
Yeah. It starts with a true story, and then we take dramatic license from there. But there are this program in Miami where they take tips to go get money that's kind of they seize money that's got by like ill-gotten gains, like drug money and stuff like that. And so they'll hit these houses. They have dogs that don't smell for drugs; they just smell for money. And they have these teams that go seize this stuff. And one of the rules down there is you got to count it on site. Just to make sure that none of it ends up in anybody's pocket and that everybody's on the up and up. And so they count it, and they're very, very serious about it. And there was one of these ones that they went on where they were expecting to find a couple $100,000, and there was over $20 million in the walls of this house.
It's crazy.
And so that's kind of where our movie's about that. Like, it's about this team of people, but you already know there are rumblings that there might be some corruption or there might be some bad apples who are working with people outside. And then they go in and they find this $20 million and they know it's cartel money. So they're like, oh my God, they're going to come back for it. And so it turns into that kind of, like a thriller where they know they got to stay on site, but they know that the site is kind of compromised.
Yeah, absolutely. When do you first get pitched about this? Or are you at the point now that this is your baby? Like, how did you get involved with this?
So Ben and I have a studio, now Artist Equity, and so we're small, but we're kind of a full service studio. And so people are starting to become aware of that and coming to us with projects. And this came to us through Joe Carnahan, who, he directed Narc a long time ago, a movie, The Gray. He's directed a bunch of movies.
Yeah.
Ben did Smoking Aces with him, actually, about 15 or 20 years ago. So we've known Joe for a really long time. And he just sent this over to us, and we read it, and we were like, this is great. We'd love to make it. And then as we kind of were working on it with Joe, we were kind of like, well, why don't we just all do it together?
There we go. Yeah.
We're all old friends. And we were like, this would be really fun. And so that's kind of how this one came to pass.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And the way it all comes together at the end, and the armored vehicle, and like you guys, that is like
cinema, dude. It's so fucking cool, man.
You got to say, in the movie, you convince Ben to go after a large sum of money. Well, you guys think it's a smaller sum of money, and it ends up being larger. What's the dumbest thing, as lifelong friends, you've convinced Ben to do in your friendship?
So good.
Oh my God, that's a great question. God, our whole life is a stupid. We were like 14 and 16 years old, and we were going to New York auditioning, taking the bus and going down there. Literally, the journey would take us 7 hours to get there. We'd walk in, and we called it getting okay, thanks, because you do an audition, you do the best you could, and the person would just go, okay, thanks. And 5 minutes, you're out the door, and you're back on the bus, going like, I don't think that went too well. You know, like, so our whole life has been, I mean, the odds of it working out were so long against, and working out for both of us. Like, I mean, God, we've done so much stupid shit in our lives, but the whole idea was kind of dumb to begin with, I think.
I mean, it's amazing, really. I mean, at what point did you guys realize that, like, what was your first big break that you knew we were going to be able to do this?
Well, it's tough to say big break because I think we thought every break, like we got a TJ Maxx commercial and we were like, this is it, man.
Let's go.
No looking back.
Go.
And then, you know, and then we started to get little parts, and we started to get bigger parts, but we were getting told by casting directors and stuff. We'd go in and read and they'd go, you're not right for this, but you should keep going. So we were getting kind of signals that we were in the right, you know, area code. But then, like, when we sold Good Will Hunting, when we sold the screenplay, that we thought that was absolutely it. And we were like broke a year later, you know. Like,
really?
Yeah.
After that?
Crazy, dude.
Oh
yeah, we I mean, not broke.
Yeah,
I mean, but here, I guess, so we sold the screenplay for $600,000, right? Which was just so much more money than either of us had ever considered. It was like, which we split, right? And then, but after taxes and agent and lawyer and all that stuff.
No, I get it. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
now we're down under 150 each. And the first thing we did was buy brand new Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah.
Now we were renting this place in LA, you know, like it didn't take long for us to be like, dude, we got to get another job. Like, you know,
We can't just survive on that. Let me ask you, just for reference, do you know what Good Will Hunting has grossed in its like time?
when it came out, I think it was like 220 something in the theater, but I have no idea what it did after that. Like because they relicensed it and they, you know,
That's one of them that's just continued because it's just such an amazing film.
actually with our studio, you know, that's one of the things we really fight for is reversion rights. Like Ben called me a couple years ago and he goes, you know, the town just got relicensed for $35 million. Which just means that he made a great movie and people are still watching it. And he at the time, like, that movie made a fortune. It did all this stuff, but he was on a flat salary and he didn't, you know, I don't even think he made $1 million for that movie. And he wrote it, directed it, starred in it,
That
and
is
produced it.
crazy.
So it's one of those things. So, but it's like, you know, our view was like, look, if you do something like that as one of the real contributors to it, then like if there's money kind of in perpetuity, then you should be a part of that. So
Hell yeah.
That
I
makes
mean, it
a
only
ton of
sounds
sense.
right, man.
yeah, it sounds fair.
Seriously, though. Speaking of movies you guys have been in, when was the first movie you guys worked on together? Was it Field of Dreams?
We were extras in Field of Dreams. That was one. But I think even before that, there was a movie that Diane Keaton and Liam Neeson starred in. That a little movie called The Good Mother, and that shot in Boston. And Ben and I and Casey, his little brother, we were all extras in that. And I think there's still a shot in that movie of Liam Neeson walking past us. Ben and I don't think have hit puberty yet. We're like 5'1". and Liam's a big dude. He's like 6'5", 6'6". And we walked past him on a street at one point. So that might have been the first moment we were actually on screen together.
We got to find that one.
I don't know. I don't know where it is. I just remember going to the movie and Ben and I were like, we're in it. We made it.
That's so cool, man.
Well, while we're talking movies, you're in something else that's coming up too. We got The Rip coming up, but we also have The Odyssey.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Dude,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. July.
Are you Odysseus? Who are you in The Odyssey?
Yeah. I'm Odysseus. Yeah.
There we go. All right.
I had a beard like yours for like a year.
I think I've seen the pictures. You were getting pretty yoked up in some of the pictures I saw too, circulating the internet.
Yeah, I was in really good shape. I lost a lot of weight. Like he said he wanted me like lean but strong.
Lean but strong.
Yeah, lean but strong. And so it's a weird thing. I don't want to bore the shit out of you, but like
none of this is boring at all.
I literally like stopped eating just because of this other thing I did with my doctor, stopped eating gluten. And I lost, like I used to walk around at between 185 and 200.
Yeah.
And I did that whole movie at 167.
Holy cow.
And I haven't been that light since high school. Like, yeah. So it was a lot of training and a really strict diet.
I was going to say, so when you get asked by the director or whoever asked you to be at that size and strength and that lean build, do you then like go out and source a trainer that gets you to that point, or do you already have somebody in mind?
No, I had somebody, but it's just, trainers are like, what are we doing? And they can kind of do anything. And it's just knowing, it's just having kind of a clear goal and setting it. It felt actually more, it's like when I do that, or when you do like the Jason Bourne movies or whatever, it feels almost like a season in a, I would imagine what that feels like for you guys, where you're preparing, it's like just part of your day. It's part of your job. Right. And it's like, and you get really routinized about it and kind of build your day around all that stuff. And, That's kind of the physical side of getting ready.
Have you had gluten since?
I haven't. I'm
staying strong.
I'm done. I'm gluten-free everything. I found a gluten-free beer.
Nice. There we go.
How about it?
All right.
It's been so long since I've had gluten. I can't tell if it's good or not. So that's a good sign.
It's working. Well, the trailer for The Odyssey got over 121.4 million views in the first 24 hours. More than double Oppenheimer got, which was pretty successful. What do you think has so many people psyched up about this film?
Wow. Well, I think obviously Chris, Chris Nolan, I think everybody feels, I'm a fan too. I just love the movies that he makes and also, just the way, the way he insists on shooting them, and this one was 100% on IMAX. It was the first movie that was ever done all on IMAX.
Okay.
Like IMAX cameras are really loud. Like it sounds like a blender, like a Cuisinart in your face when this camera's close to you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's why, so there's never been these dialogues. Like we couldn't have this conversation with a normal IMAX camera because you wouldn't be able to hear us.
Yeah.
But they built this giant thing around the IMAX for those dialogue scenes and like a system of mirrors so you could look at, so your eye line would be close to the camera and you could talk to the other actor and like the amount of work that went into figuring out how to do, because he wanted to do it 100% IMAX. And he did it. So it's like really ambitious kind of ideas that he has, and like on the technical side. And then just there were locations that we shot in where we would get there and I'd just start laughing. I'd be like, nobody has any business shooting here. But of course he wants to shoot here. Yeah, that tracks, but we do. He has such a great crew. Like his crew is so badass and everybody just maxed out on that movie. And we made all of our days. We actually finished ahead of schedule. It was an awesome experience.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. I've seen the trailer like you have, but that's about it.
Is that the way? So how far before the theatrical release do you guys get to watch it? Like, is there, or do you try and wait until that moment?
No, it depends. There are a lot of directors, if I'm doing a movie with Ben, I'm in the editing room with him the whole time. Right. And there's some directors who like to work that way. Chris has a process that's very, he's screening the movie all the time to people outside the business. He's grinding away at it.
Interesting.
And so I'll see it probably in a couple months, before it's done. Clint Eastwood, I remember Clint Eastwood showed me, I did 2 movies with Clint, and that was just, he screened it for me like a week before the premiere, but it wasn't like he was going to take notes.
Yeah.
He's like, I hope you like it, And so people have all different ways of working, and it's a director's medium, really, right? Like they really are the boss, and but it can feel or I look at it like a partnership, but I'm the junior partner. Right. So I want to give every good idea that I want to be as helpful as possible. But at the end of the day, it's their name on the movie. It really is they're the ones who are really kind of ruthlessly judged. I know actors are too, but in our world, it's really about the director.
Got it.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, do you want to get into some Boston sports, maybe?
Let's do it, baby.
All right. What do you think about that? I'm a little nervous about the Chargers. I mean, they're,
They got some ball players over there, man. They got some ball players,
They
man.
really do. They got some really great players, but so do we. And I love Vrabel, man. Oh my God. I love that guy.
You got a good one. You guys got a good one.
Unbelievable. I can't believe.
This will be the battle of the minds between him and Harbaugh, man.
Yeah.
It really will, man. Both of those guys, I got so much respect for both of those guys. And obviously, you ran into Vrabes before?
No, I've never met him. I've
a legend, dude.
I've blown my voice out cheering for him like over the years, but I've never met him. And he just seems awesome. Like the way he deals, it's like he took all of the best of Belichick and he's putting it through the filter of himself. And it's like, everybody loves the guy. And Drake May is unbelievable, He seems to have that Tom thing where he just doesn't get rattled.
He's got this ability to kind of feel comfortable and almost Tom was unbelievable at dictating the tempo of a game. Like every game that I felt like I played against him, it just felt like he always had like we were going at his pace.
Right.
And Drake kind of has that feel to him, especially when he's clicking.
Yeah. And he's 23.
Yeah.
So he's just going to get better. So, I mean, I can't believe we got this lucky in New England to have.
You guys had a 3-year playoff drought, and all of a sudden you got another franchise quarterback.
It's nuts. I feel terrible.
Figured out.
It's like people in Green Bay where they go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers, and you're like, come on, I mean, when does that happen? But no, it's unbelievable. And given that my whole childhood we sucked so bad. Like the Patriots were just.
Dude, I mean, that was our childhood. We grew up in Cleveland, so.
Oh right, yeah, right. Yeah, man.
They're still not doing very good, but
though.
They got some great players over there, though.
They do.
How about Myles Garrett, man?
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Man. Heck of a year.
That's the last guy I'm trying to block.
I'll tell you what, he's the physically probably the most gifted football player I've ever played football against. He's
really.
Oh my gosh,
Matt! When you line up against him, it feels like you're going up against a Power Ranger, or like some unearthly, Mighty Morphin, dude. I'm just like, I get in front of him, just like, man, this guy knows that the coach is not about to put me in a position to block this dude. So
please,
good.
coach.
That's amazing. How about Aaron Donald? He was the other one, right?
That's the one Jason got a good taste of.
Aaron was the hardest guy I had to block. I didn't really ever have to block Miles like that. And even Aaron, luckily, we were double teamed him most of the time, so I didn't have to block him one-on-one. But Aaron just didn't have – he had his own physical traits, which were very good. Like he was incredibly strong and explosive. Miles has all that, but then he also has the length, just
the savviness.
He's a bigger sized person. Yeah, it's right. It's kind of crazy when you think about both of those guys playing at the same time. They were the two most gifted defensive players I played against for sure.
Wow.
And I think another thing that it feels like Miles has done better with this year, Aaron also had this mentality where he just was relentless. No matter what you did, he would not stop. He kept going.
Like he ever got tired.
He was like mad at you the entire time. Like, what are you mad at me about? I didn't do anything. I'm just trying to do my job, dude. Like, what are we doing? But he was like pissed. And it feels like Miles feels like he was more of that this year. Like there was a relentlessness to Miles that I think you felt all season long from him. And with those traits and that mentality, you saw an incredible season from him for sure. But I do want to ask you this. How do you think the Patriots will do in the playoffs? Is it in New England, are you guys so spoiled that it's like if they don't win the Super Bowl, you guys are going to be upset?
No.
Is this okay, all right, go ahead.
Not at all. I mean, this is a new team, right? And I think
sure.
This is like found money for us, right? Like I feel like it's like gravy.
You guys busted open the wall and you found a quarterback. $20 million quarterback sitting in the wall.
We broke in, we took the sledgehammer, and there was Drake May. Yeah, no, and I feel, I don't know, personally, I can't speak for everybody in New England, but look, if we get bounced in the first round, I still think this is a massive year for us, right? It's like, okay, so like the future is really bright for us with the coach that we have, with the organization, and like with Bob Kraft, with the way that whole thing is set up, and with that quarterback and those, I mean, I feel like we're in a really good spot. Obviously, we want to see them go as far as they can, but nobody's going to be like, oh, this is bullshit if they don't, you know what I mean? It's like nobody was expecting them to be there. I mean, we were expecting to kind of run into this Buffalo wall for years, right? And that wall's still there, by the way. That team's still very.
Josh isn't going anywhere.
He's unbelievable. And so it's fun. It'll be competitive. I was talking to a buddy of mine who was like, this year has been so much fun because there are like 10 teams who could win the Super Bowl. And you'd be like, I'm not surprised, you know?
It really is, man.
It's so fun.
Really
for sure.
You know?
It's so wide open.
When you had those like New England dynasties or Kansas City dynasties, it's not fun for anybody else. It's only fun for us.
Well done with that. I do every time I've thought the whole year, like the Patriots, it feels like they're a few pieces away. Like I'm like, they don't really have the kind of level of talent you think they need, but they just every week they find a way to win. And I'm with you. The more I watch Drake May, the more I'm just like so impressed with his tempo. He makes everything look easy. Like when he's back there and he throws the ball.
Like it's the simplest decision he had to make.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, why is this game so easy to
this guy makes it look so
it's right.
easy.
It's like inevitable. It's like, oh, obviously that was going to happen. You know, it shouldn't be that it shouldn't look that easy.
Yeah.
No.
Well, speaking of Patriot quarterbacks, Ben, obviously friend of the show, he was on here talking about the greatest moment of his life other than the birth of his children was running routes with Brady.
I can't believe he got to do that.
Dude,
I can't believe he got to do that.
And the way he told the story was iconic, man.
I got mad. I was like, you're going to fuck up his timing. You're so slow. Like, don't play catch with Brady unless you're just standing still. Like, don't do that. But yeah, no, I can't. I'm jealous he got to do that.
I was gonna say, what's your best or your favorite Boston sports moment?
Well, mine's super personal because my best Boston sports moment actually was in 1999 at the All-Star game. I did the hitting challenge thing, but then that night they let us onto the field to take batting practice at midnight, and and my dad was a pitcher. He was a left-handed pitcher, and we were taking batting practice. He wanted me to hit the ball. He wasn't trying to strike me out, but I hit one off the green monster off my dad, which was like, and I literally, it happened, and we both looked at each other, and I was like, I'll never need therapy in my life. Like that.
I'll just go back to this moment.
That was it. We're good.
Oh, that's so fucking cool.
But in terms of the great teams, like there are so many, so many unbelievable moments. And Brady gave us, oh my God, him alone, that guy just gave us 20 years of them. So we're we don't deserve Drake May. We'll take him.
That's so iconic, man.
Have you ever gotten any working with Brady? Have you met Tom?
Yeah. I know him. I met him a bunch over the years, and he just, I don't know, to me, for you guys, because you guys excel at that championship level. And to me, it always strikes me across anything that you do. It's always the people who do the extra work, the extra thing. Like, I remember the year after New England went 18-1 and we lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl. And I had dinner with Tom and a bunch of guys. And, they brought a bottle of red wine around and everyone's getting a glass of red wine. And Tom's like, no. And I looked at him, I was like, really? I'm like, it's May. Like, your camp starts in like 2 months. And he was like, no. Like, he was just like, he was in that, like, I'm my life, I'm going to live my commitment to this thing. You know what I mean? And he just had that insane discipline. And I took my nephew to a game once down in Miami. We were living down there, and my nephew played football. It was played, in the little Pembroke Pines League down in Miami. And I took him. I was like, Tom, I'm bringing my nephew. And he was 9 at the time. And we get to the, we're down on the field. Everybody's warming up. And he's like, am I going to get to meet Tom? And I'm like, probably not now. Maybe after the game. They're like, look, he's about to go to work. Troy, this is a real, he's working right now. This is serious. Sure enough, Tom comes running over. He's like already sweating. He's just warmed up. My nephew's sitting on the bench, and he's sitting at the end of the bench. And Tom runs up to him and gets in his face, and he's like, you gonna root for me today, Troy?
Are you kidding me?
He's looking up at him, and he just can't talk.
Yeah, right.
And he just nods. He just nods. And Tom goes, gets in his face. They're both 9 years old, and goes, we're gonna kill these guys.
Oh, dude, he's iconic, dude.
He couldn't have meant it more either. I was so unbelievable.
Epic,
and then he runs off to the locker room. I was like, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen. But But it was like two 9-year-olds talking to each other.
Yeah. Hell yeah. We're going to fucking smoke.
Yeah, literally. I mean, there might have been an F-bomb in there.
For sure. Yeah.
You got to make sure he feels it. You got to make sure.
He's got to know.
How do you rank your Boston sports fandoms by the sport? Sox, Pats, Celtics, Bruins.
That's tough. I would definitely say Red Sox kind of for me growing up, that was the thing. Like that was definitely the top and the sport I played the most. And then basketball I played a lot too. So if you had asked me when I was growing up, I would have said baseball, basketball, football, hockey. But when I look at because I guess everybody, we just bought into that. Like everybody got so caught up in like,
oh, you get wrapped in it, I'm sure.
Yeah, we got said, if I actually think of what I spent more time watching, like the last 20 years, probably football. Yeah.
Not including football. Who is your favorite Boston sports athlete? Like who's your guy from growing up that you're like, that's my, like Travis's is Carlos Baerga from the Cleveland Indians.
Shout out to Carlos, man.
I got Carlton Fisk.
Hey,
nice.
Yeah, he was
over on the mantle. Let's go.
Yeah. It was a big part of, like, we wrote the whole scene in Good Will Hunting about him, and there's a whole kind of reference to him in that movie. And there was a whole team, in 77, 78. Those guys, like I used to go through, we have batting practice and I'd go through all their stances from each side of the play. Like I just knew, that those were my guys.
All of it, man. Go to the game, get the program, start to keep score in the back, man.
Yeah, it's just the best.
Well, let me ask you this. You mentioned the Green Monster. I was fortunate to like go get a tour at that ballpark when I was visiting Boston in high school for some reason. Where's the best place to sit in that stadium? Like it's like that and Wrigley Field are like the two baseball stadiums that are the most iconic. What's the best seat in the stadium, you think?
There are a lot of them actually, depending on, I mean, now like what they've done now by putting seats up on the Green Monster, like that's insane up there. I sat in the kind of the last box next to those seats a couple years ago when I went up, and that was absolutely crazy.
I was fortunate enough. I went to when they were doing the one game wild card playoff scenarios. Boston actually played the Yankees at Fenway. I was there. They won 1-0. I was actually sitting up on the Green Monster.
No way.
With a bunch of the Air
Green
Force.
Monster?
I sat on the Green Monster and literally saw a line drive come probably 10 feet from or 10 yards from me, and when it hit that monster, dude, it felt like, dude, it was boom, and everybody's going nuts, dude. It was Boston's an unbelievable sports town, man.
Did they leave you alone up there on the Monster?
It wasn't too bad. Some of the Air Force had some fun with me, but it was all, dude. I'm here for it, man. I'm
Travis?
Here for it.
What are you doing here, bro?
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
You already know. It was epic, dude. I'm here for the chatter anyway, all day, baby. How much do you hate Jason and the Eagles for beating the Pats in Super Bowl 52?
Come on, Travis.
Well, congratulations, Jay. I still don't understand why he didn't put Malcolm Butler in the game. I will never understand that.
It's a fair question.
Because I think did we punt that game? I don't know if we might have punted once.
It was a high scoring game.
Tommy threw for like 500 and something yards. Nobody ever done that. It was his
best performance. Yeah.
It was just unreal. And like, we just needed to stop you guys. Like, we never stopped you, Jason.
One of the best Super Bowls ever, man.
I think we punted once, and I think that was the only punt, if I remember correctly.
I wonder, actually, I'll bet you, I'll tell you what, man, we might have punted. If we punted at all, we punted once probably. That's probably got to be the record for the least punts in a Super Bowl.
Well, it was the highest scoring game, and then I think we broke that record again when we played Travis in the Super Bowl. I think that was the only other one that got higher scoring or something like that. But Tom's day, that was his best Super Bowl of his career.
Yeah, the Patriots did that punt. The Patriots didn't. Yeah, both punters were having a having a Coke and some popcorn on the sideline that game.
Yeah.
It's a fair question.
He never answered it though. Like, so I always wondered about that. Like there was something personal. There was something weird because it's like, why does a guy play 99% of the snaps and then you tell him while the national anthem's playing that he's not playing?
That caliber, man.
And then you got to switch everybody around to different positions like that they haven't played. It's like they're suddenly in a preseason
for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. I just it's something weird about it, man. I could never figure that out.
Didn't he? I think he got in trouble for like missing a meeting or something like that, didn't he? There was something leading up to it.
But
Fuck
there was
that meeting.
I know.
I agree. But this is kind of like
tell me what I missed.
It's also the thing. It's like for me,
Patriot way though. You can't be missing meetings.
Yeah, but then maybe after the first quarter, when you can't stop their offense, maybe you're like,
right,
okay,
Malcolm,
you learned your lesson. Get in there. Or maybe after the first half. Okay, now I've really, I've proved my point. But like, will you never put the dude in?
It really is actually, I think, more selfish not to play the best guy because like everybody else wants to win.
By the way, the Patriots way is do your job, right? The Patriots way is you got 53 guys who gave up absolutely everything. They sacrificed everything and that's your whole thing. And so like, what does it say if like you have an axe to grind with somebody that you're not going to play him? Like, it's just
exactly.
It's
well
to your
said.
point. It's kind of selfish.
It feels weird. Yeah. It definitely feels like there was
ego is the enemy of everything. That's my, it really is. Like, it's certainly in my line of work. Like if you can't just like your allegiance has to be to the best idea. Like you're all a lesser part of the thing you're making. And you got to put that first. And if you do that, if everyone does that, everything's going to work out.
Have you felt like you've been able to do that your whole career? Or do you get to a point where you've been through that enough where it's like, all right, selfishly, I want to go and I feel like this is the best thing. But in order for this to work out the best, we really need to operate together in a different
no, I never feel like those things are like mutually exclusive. I always feel like my best interest is aligned with making the thing that we're making as good as we can make it. And that it requires everybody to have that attitude. And so like when I hear stories, I don't think I've ever been on a set where somebody was really misbehaving or anything like that was happening. I hear those stories. I'm like mystified by those stories. I'm like, man, what the fuck was that person doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
sure.
It's all about like just trying to make the thing as good as you can make it. And it's a collaborative project.
Hell yeah. Be a good teammate, man.
Yeah, exactly. And with the director who is the director, it's like a benevolent dictatorship. Like the director basically.
They get 51%.
Yeah, exactly. Respect. Yeah, 51%.
Coach Andy Reid's the director.
Yeah, exactly.
He's getting 51%. This is bullshit. Travis, shut up. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. But if you really like that guy, right, or woman, if you really like that leader that you have, right, then that's a perfect deal because you're never going to be misaligned with them because you kind of see things the same way.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool to hear. It kind of translates into your line of work and your world too, man.
I think like the older I get, the more crossover there is kind of in all this stuff about like how you approach stuff. And it makes me think about how to talk to my kids about that and like whatever they want to do, these things will kind of bearing across all of these different kind of disciplines because they kind of work for everything.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, is it too? Have you announced, Trav, if you're going to keep playing? Is that a big secret at this point? Do you take time at this point?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to take some time, let it kind of fizzle out, let everything happen, get away from the game. First time I've not had a job in January in a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and enjoy, hanging out with some family and putting my feet up, watching some football, seeing how this crazy anybody can win it type of season plays out. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure it all out myself, and I'll do that with the family and friends and
No, it's a big decision. I remember Michael Strahan years ago came over to watch the Super Bowl, and he was thinking about retiring, and we're the same age, and I was like, come on, man, we're in our prime, and he was like, look, it takes a lot to get ready. There's a lot of work that goes into it. And, he was telling me all that, kept pushing him. Finally, he turns to me, he goes, Matt, I get in 35 car accidents a week.
Hell yeah. And he's the one doing he's
initiating them. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's a real consideration. Like, and it's easy to sit at home, enjoy watching you guys play and be like, why don't they play another season?
Yes.
I mean, when you get the call when you're 45, like Phillip Rivers, baby.
God, how good was that?
You're never out of it,
so
dude.
pulling for him.
Everyone loved it, dude. We all wanted him to go and fucking get him into the playoffs or at least put up some dubs. And yeah, man, that shit was epic.
He did a good job.
He did. I thought he did do a really good job. And as a granddad, man, I was like unbelievable.
It's
like,
insane.
Yeah, with his high school team watching.
I thought
so epic.
Playing the game was awesome to watch, but then even his comments after the game about just like not being afraid and like facing like I just think it was
having that courage. Yeah,
man, he's such the pinnacle of what a quarterback and like a football player is. So it was awesome to see him back out there.
It is also cool to see guys like you guys get so much better at your job. It's such a weird thing because you guys get better at your job, but your skills decline as you age. And so
mentally you keep going this way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the physical aspects start going down.
When he got out there, he looked like he hadn't missed a beat. Like the game was slow for him. He was like, no, I know what this, I've seen that before. I know what they're going to do.
Like he was in control. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So that was really cool. I've always thought that's a tough part of the athlete's life is I talked to a baseball player once who was kind of a journeyman second baseman, and he was retired. He was like 37 and he was retiring. And I said, what happened? And he was like, look, my bread and butter was a 95 mile an hour fastball. And he goes, someone threw me a 95 mile an hour fastball. My eyes got big and I swung and I was late.
Yeah.
And I looked at the catcher and the catcher looked at me and then I looked at the pitcher and he goes, and he gave me another one and I was late again. He goes, and he struck me out on 3 pitches. He goes, and then, they're with all the analytics, they're all looking at it. He goes, within 2 weeks, I was out of the league. Like everybody was throwing this fastball. And he goes, the sad thing for me is that he goes, I know more about hitting now. He goes, if you put my 37-year-old brain in my 21-year-old body, I'd be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy to imagine like that, but
that's a crazy thing. Cause I was about his age and I was like, I'm just getting into the meat of my career now. Like this is getting more and more fun. And, it's a tough decision, man. It's a tough decision. So I feel for you. Whatever you make is going to be the right decision, though.
Like we said earlier, man, this is a silly life I get to live, brother. So whether I'm coming back on the field or not, man, I'm still living it to the fullest, man.
Well, and you guys, this is great too. This whole forum and everything that you guys made here is like, it's like, see, there's a lot, It was like Strahan said to me years ago, like there was another life after that he was excited about too. So.
Oh yeah. And Strahan, man, he's been an awesome dude to me since I've been in the league and helped me numerous off seasons trying to figure things out. So shout out to Stray for always looking out, man.
Thank you to our partner, HBO Max.
The Pit is back with a brand new season tomorrow, January 8th at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Alrighty, here's the deal. It's starring Emmy Award winner Noah Wiley. The critically acclaimed HBO Max series follows a real-time shift with 15 high-stake hours told across 15 must-see episodes.
How about it? One episode for every hour. That sounds pretty intense.
Yeah, and they're extra long shifts. Normally shifts only last 12 hours.
Really?
But for the doctors and nurses on The Pit, the work never stops.
Look at you knowing hospital hours.
Don't miss The Pit Season 2, premiering tomorrow night on HBO Max. Thank you to our sponsor, Allstate.
Checking Allstate first could save you hundreds on car insurance. That's smart. Not checking the reviews before you try a new restaurant, not so smart.
Yeah. Did you know a tasting menu means you literally get one bite per course?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
All right now.
Thank you to our sponsor, Starbucks.
Jason, you know that morning chaos. You got your protein shake in one hand, you got your coffee in the other. You're trying not to spill everything before your workout. Yeah. Starbucks just fixed that whole situation.
Boy, did they. Meet your partner in crime. Starbucks protein lattes. That's right, baby. protein flying by. Week 13 in the NFL. Trav, let's start with the one game that everybody was tuned into this Thanksgiving. I think it set probably it had to set records of viewership numbers, right?
Every holiday game seems to break every past record. So
good point. Well, Chiefs 28, Cowboys 31. It was a great game. It was a fun game to watch. I know it did not turn out in the Chiefs' favor.
Yeah, it was a tough loss.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the game?
I'm sure everyone's sick of us saying it, but we're a few plays away from being a one seed in my mind. And maybe that's a bit extreme. Maybe it's,
I mean, all of the losses are within one score.
All the losses are within one score, and there's a handful of plays within those games that are determining the outcome, and it's hard, and it's plays like my drop against the Eagles. It's penalties that are keeping us behind the sticks. It's coming away with 3 points instead of touchdowns in some games. It's crazy that you watch the film and you see what's real, and what's real is that we're fucking this close, man. We're this fucking close. You look at our offense and you look at Pat Mahomes' production this year, top in the league. You look at our defense in terms of points allowed. I know some of the other stats aren't all the way up there, but at the same time, man, we're holding teams at the right moments. And in other situations, we're just not scoring enough. And it's tough, man. It's tough to be a part of this reality right now because we're 6-6 and we're fighting for our lives to, find a way into the playoffs. Yeah. And what's real is that we still have a chance, baby. And that's all that fucking matters to me, is that we got a chance, and I'm going to keep coming into work with the mentality that and the sense of urgency that we need to have to get this shit fixed and turn those handful of plays that are losing us the game into a handful of plays that win us these games, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think you're saying what everybody else is saying. It's the truth. I mean, you guys have been in all of these games, and I think you're having one of the most unlucky seasons in recent memory. I know that we never like to say lucky, whatever. Yeah, we like to control it. Somebody, I think Gordo with ESPN, shout out to Gordo, I think he said something like, you guys are plus 70 or something like that in your score differential over the season. You're the first team to not have a winning record with that plus differential. And there's only one other team in the history of the NFL that's done that. Yeah. It's nuts. I don't know what it is. And I'd rather get the actual number, but it's something outrageous. You guys are actually performing really well on both sides of the ball. It's just these crucial mistakes and end of game scenarios, which you guys have been so good at for so long, just have not fallen your way this year. Last year, they all fell your way. This year, they just haven't. And it's been a weird year in the NFL in general, especially the AFC. Who is the top of the AFC right now is Denver and the Patriots. I don't know that anybody has shown a ridiculously better version of football than any of the other teams in the AFC. Everybody's had their up games. Everybody's had their down games. Who is the complete team? I don't really see one. And it seems like it's up for grabs. And when it's like that, if you're an AFC team, all you want to do is get into that dance. Because at the end of the day, if you get in, you got a chance. And I know it hasn't gone your guys' way yet. You're not happy with where you're at, but it all still is in front of you. This Andy Reid quote is pretty incredible, but Andy Reid was asked earlier this week about you guys, having to win out. Do you need to win every single game? I forget what the exact question was. And Andy Reid came back with this banger on the confidence this team could win the final 5 games. He said, we're going to try to tickle your tonsils on every play, every game. That's the attitude that we're coming in with. And then you let the chips fall where they may. And I think that's the attitude you got to come in with. And I just love the tickling the tonsils, obviously. That's a
nice alliteration, man.
Nice. Is this have you heard Andy say tickling tonsils before?
Never heard him say that one. Nope, no, that's a new one.
It's the first one.
He's got a bunch of bangers in his pocket though, man.
Yeah.
He's got so many, and he's been doing this for so long, man. He knows which ones really get the people
the right
going,
one to pull out.
Exactly. And that's that's the fun in which you get playing for him.
I've never heard Andy rip it like that. I loved it. I'm fired up.
Well, the thing is, Andy didn't mean it like that. Andy was just trying to say shove the ball down the throat, which he will say. And he'll come up with little funny mannerisms, but the double entendre there is
talk nasty to me, coach. Come on, let's go. This is my kind of football, bros. Let's go. This is how the coaches talked in high school. I'd have signed up.
Yeah.
Didn't know y'all were doing that out there.
There are some very sexual.
Y'all just drinking from the hose. What are we doing?
What are other like sexual
all of it
metaphors that coaches have used in the past? You take these big ass dick beaters you got and you put them into that middle of the chest. That's one of my favorite. Dick beaters is a great all timer. You ever heard that one?
Such a long way to just say hands.
Yes. Yeah, hey, but sometimes you come up with a little bit. Stout would always call it like a hook. Like you need something that like you can't just say something. You need to say something that registers something in your head. If you say like, hey, put your hands in his chest, it's like, that's already out my fucking brain. You tell me to put my dick beaters inside of his chest, I'm remembering you telling me to put my dick beaters in his chest. I'm not going to forget that one.
Oh, my hands.
How'd you know? I really only have one dick beater. Are you guys using both?
You start looking around the room.
Time out.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, yeah, beater.
You guys are going lefty?
No. Same time. Same time.
Yeah. I'm a basket weave guy myself.
Kansas City, Missouri. Kansas City Chiefs coach Andy Reid said star tight end Travis Kelce can still play in the NFL when asked about the player's possible retirement after the 2025-26 season. Reid made the comments during a recent news conference amid growing talk about Kelce's future. Kelce, 36, finished his 13th season with the Chiefs. The team had a tough year and missed the playoffs for the first time in over a decade. After the final game, Kelce told reporters he will talk with family and Chiefs leaders before deciding whether to play next season. When asked if Kelce still has the ability to compete, Reid said, "Trav can still play." He stressed that there is no rush for an answer right now. The coach said there are many things to think about before a retirement decision is made. Kelce's retirement talk began after the Chiefs' season-ending 14-12 loss to the Las Vegas Raiders. Teammates have publicly hoped Kelce will decide to return for another season to aim for another championship. The Northeast Ohio native has had a highly successful career, including numerous Pro Bowl selections and 3 Super Bowl titles, making him one of the best in NFL history. If he does decide to retire, it would mark the end of an era for Kansas City. A month after being named the Kansas City Chiefs 2025 Walter Payton Man of the Year award nominee, Travis Kelce's charitable work continues to draw strong public support, both online and from fans who have rallied behind his foundation. That support is reflected as the tight end, 36, won the fan vote for Nationwide's Charity Challenge, tied to the Man of the Year honor and announced on the Wednesday, January 7th episode of his and his brother Jason Kelce's New Heights podcast. The win secures additional funding for Kelce's nonprofit organization, 87 and Running, which focuses on empowering underserved youth through education, mentorship, entrepreneurship and enrichment programs across the U.S. You're the only player to win the Charity Challenge each time they've been nominated as the club's Walter Payton Man of the Year, Jason, 38, said while announcing the news. Travis reminisced while sharing throwbacks of himself with several of the youths he has worked with throughout the years. "We've been doing this since the beginning of my career," he said. "It's cool to see some of these familiar faces grow into high school kids, and it's awesome." The charity work by Walter Payton Man of the Year nominees has come under scrutiny in a December 31 Arizona Republic report, which reviewed tax filings linked to several nominees, including Kelce. The outlet reported that IRS filings between 2021 and 2024 showed that Kelce's nonprofit spent 41 cents of every dollar raised on charity, and more went to management. Kelce's business manager told the Republic that the filings were incorrect. "If what's been committed is accounted for, the foundation is at over 80% directed toward charitable causes," the source adds. The necessary changes to the reporting and operations to ensure this is reflected accurately from now on have already been made. Last month, the Super Bowl champion was nominated for the highly prestigious Man of the Year award, which recognizes players who demonstrate a steadfast commitment to creating a positive impact beyond the game. Travis is one of 32 nominees for the award, the winner of which will be announced on February 6 during the NFL Honors Ceremony. The Chiefs celebrated Kelce's nomination with a special video shared on social media, showing him sweetly talking about his work in the Kansas City community through his 87 and Running Foundation, and as a child, running football drills. "Growing up, I had a beautiful childhood, and that has everything to do with my parents," the football star said in the video, crediting his mom Donna and dad Ed. Travis said he loved growing up in Cleveland Heights, Ohio, calling it such a melting pot of social class and race and religion. "And I was able to relate to all those kids growing up," he continued. "I don't care what you look like, where you come from, I'm gonna be friendly and lend a helping hand." And that is why his close friend, defensive tackle Jones, thinks Kelce will play on for another year at least. "I'm not buying it. He'll be back next year," Jones said of the growing Kelce retirement talk. "I can't promise you anything about another man, but this year was a tricky year for us. I got faith in my dog coming back. He brings a lot of energy, a lot of passion to the game. One of the best tight ends to ever play the game, if not the best tight end to ever play the game. I have so much respect and love for him." Jones also spoke about the first time he met Kelce, after the Chiefs drafted the defensive tackle in the second round 2016. "He was just catching everything. He was dancing to everything also," Jones said. "It's always been a fun, energetic individual who brings the energy, gives the group fire to keep on that. So, I just pray that this isn't my dog's last time." Chiefs head coach Andy Reid was more coy over what comes next for Kelce, simply telling reporters, "We'll just see where it goes. We really haven't gone through that. So, we'll see where it all goes from here." Speaking in the locker room after the game, Kelce offered no clues as to where his mind was at and repeated his stance of taking time to reach a decision. "First things first, I just love this team. I'm proud of the way we finished this, even though it ended the way it did," Kelce, a three-time Super Bowl winner, said. "Who knows? Either it hits me quick or I've got to take some time. Last year was a little bit easier. I think I knew right away I wanted to give this one a shot. I don't know. We'll see." He added, "The ball just didn't go our way in a lot of those close games unfortunately, and I think if I do choose to come back that's something I've really got to focus on, making sure I'm available and ready for those moments." Kelce also goes into the off-season planning his massively high-profile wedding to Taylor Swift, believed to be scheduled for June 13 in Rhode Island. Swift was not believed to be at the Raiders game on Sunday. She hasn't attended a game outside of Kansas City, other than a Super Bowl, in almost 2 years. If she had made the trip to Vegas, it may have been a bigger sign that Kelce is calling it a day. The Chiefs' 6-game losing slide also means they will pick at number 9 in the NFL draft in April. Week 18's sloppy regular season finale marked the Chiefs' 6th straight loss to close out the year, one only made mildly brighter by the fact that Travis Kelce accomplished a personal feat in what could be his last NFL game. The Chiefs star became the third tight end in league history to hit 13,000 career receiving yards, and the fastest to do so, finishing with just 3 catches for 12 yards in the defeat. Despite reaching a cool career milestone, Kelce didn't look very happy during the game as the Chiefs struggled to generate any kind of offensive rhythm. On one third and short late in the first half, quarterback Chris Oladipo tried to get the first down using his legs, but ended up fumbling the ball around the Chiefs' 20-yard line. While other Chiefs players tried to plead their case to a nearby ref, Kelce was seen almost immediately walking away from the action and off the field with his head down. In his defense, there's not much Kelce could have done after his quarterback clearly fumbled the ball in his own team's territory. Still, it's not a great look for him to be walking off the field away from his teammates while the refs were still mulling over the play. Kelce will unfortunately end what could be his last ever Chiefs season on a bitter note that's arguably sadder than last year's Super Bowl blowout against the Eagles. The 36-year-old is expected to weigh his potential NFL retirement in the coming months, with the Chiefs likely gearing up for some big changes this offseason following their most disappointing campaign yet in the Patrick Mahomes era. Should he choose to hang up his cleats, one option on the table for him will be to follow older brother Jason and iconic quarterback Tom Brady into broadcasting, with every sports network in America likely to scrap it out for his signature. And according to Andrew Marchand of The Athletic, Kelce will receive somewhere between $10 million and $20 million per year if he swaps the field for the studio. I think Travis Kelce is one who, if he retires, definitely could do TV, Marchand said on his Marchand Sports Media podcast, via Awful Announcing. I think he wants to do games, so that's one to watch. He's a guy who is only going to take a number one job, to me, he added. He's going to get anywhere from 10 to 20 million. Because he's Travis Kelce. Kelce, whose New Heights podcast with brother Jason is one of the most successful sports podcasts in the country, already has experience on TV after appearing in Ryan Murphy's FX horror show, Grotesquerie, last year, while also presenting Prime Video's Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity? Analyzing football obviously brings different challenges, but there are few better equipped to break down the sport than one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game. The three-time Super Bowl winner will also be able to turn to Jason for advice if he becomes an analyst, with his brother nearing the end of his second season on ESPN's Monday Night Countdown. Another legendary NFL figure cutting his teeth as a broadcaster is Brady, who signed a 10-year, $375 million contract with Fox Sports in 2024. The New England Patriots and Tampa Bay Buccaneers great has faced controversy since embarking on his TV career. Nevertheless, after also acquiring a minority stake in the Raiders franchise, leading to accusations of a conflict of interest. Many believe Kelce will bow out from the NFL ahead of his and fiancée Taylor Swift's wedding this summer, which is set to take place on June 13 at the luxurious Ocean House in Rhode Island. When asked in the locker room on Sunday about his timeline for making a decision, he replied, "First things first, I just love this team. I'm proud of the way we finished this, even though it ended the way it did. Guys still showed up. Gave it their all, and that's all you can ask for, man. I've got so much love for this team, this organization and the people here, so I'll spend some time with them, go through exit meetings tomorrow, get close to the family and figure things out. Who knows? Either it hits me quick or I've got to take some time. Last year was a little bit easier. I think I knew right away I wanted to give this one a shot. I don't know. We'll see." Asked if he felt he achieved what he wanted to when he decided to return this season, Kelce replied, "Obviously we didn't do as well as a team, but I feel like I came into the season prepared and ready to rock and roll with the right intentions. The ball just didn't go our way in a lot of those close games, unfortunately, and I think if I do choose to come back, that's something I've really got to focus on, making sure I'm available and ready for those moments." And that is why his close friend, defensive tackle Jones, thinks Kelce will play on for another year at least. "I'm not buying it. He'll be back next year," Jones said of the growing Kelce retirement talk. "I can't promise you anything about another man, but this year was a tricky year for us. I got faith in my dog coming back. He brings a lot of energy, a lot of passion to the game. One of the best tight ends to ever play the game, if not the best tight end to ever play the game. I have so much respect and love for him." Jones also spoke about the first time he met Kelce, after the Chiefs drafted the defensive tackle in the second round 2016. "He was just catching everything. He was dancing to everything also," Jones said. "It's always been a fun, energetic individual who brings the energy, gives the group fire to keep on that. So, I just pray that this isn't my dog's last time." Chiefs head coach Andy Reid was more coy over what comes next for Kelce, simply telling reporters, "We'll just see where it goes. We really haven't gone through that. So, we'll see where it all goes from here." Speaking in the locker room after the game, Kelce offered no clues as to where his mind was at and repeated his stance of taking time to reach a decision. First things first, I just love this team. I'm proud of the way we finished this, even though it ended the way it did, Kelce, a three-time Super Bowl winner, said. Who knows? Either it hits me quick or I've got to take some time. Last year was a little bit easier. I think I knew right away I wanted to give this one a shot. I don't know. We'll see. He added, the ball just didn't go our way in a lot of those close games unfortunately, and I think if I do choose to come back that's something I've really got to focus on, making sure I'm available and ready for those moments. Kelce also goes into the off-season planning his massively high-profile wedding to Taylor Swift, believed to be scheduled for June 13th in Rhode Island. Swift was not believed to be at the Raiders game on Sunday. She hasn't attended a game outside of Kansas City, other than a Super Bowl, in almost 2 years. If she had made the trip to Vegas, it may have been a bigger sign that Kelce is calling it a day. The Chiefs' 6-game losing slide also means they will pick at number 9 in the NFL draft in April. The last game of the regular season for the Kansas City Chiefs is more important now that many people are wondering if it will be Kelce's last game in a Chiefs uniform. The 36-year-old tight end didn't linger on the uncertainty. Instead, he surprised a young fan called Jeremiah with tickets to Super Bowl 60, which suddenly became a big deal on social media. The Chiefs did this to draw attention to Kelce's nomination for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, which honors both on-field excellence and community involvement. The Super Bowl has always meant a lot to Kelce. He thought of it as the best way to terminate his career. Instead, he gave that dream to someone else. The little fan will now be able to go to the NFL's biggest night in person at Levi's Stadium, which is where the San Francisco 49ers play. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience thanks to a player whose Hall of Fame resume has risen along with his reputation for being kind. The timing simply made the feeling stronger. People have been talking about Kelce's retirement all season, mostly because Kansas City has been having a hard time and he has been honest about how hard the NFL is. In that light, the Super Bowl surprise seemed like a silent message. If this is indeed the end, he wants it to be defined by giving back. Even though the Chiefs didn't make the playoffs in 2025, Kelce still had a great year on the field, with 73 catches, 839 yards, and 5 touchdowns. The 11-time Pro Bowler has caught more than 1,000 passes and gained about 13,000 yards receiving during his career, making him one of the best tight ends in NFL history. Off the field, these kinds of things show why his fans and peers think so highly of him. Kelce is still in charge of the story of his exit, no matter if Week 18 is his last NFL action or not. If this season is the end, Travis Kelce has already made his most memorable play, one based on empathy, compassion, and a legacy that will linger far after football. While Kelce's retirement doubts officially began following Sunday's loss to the Raiders, insiders suggest that Kelce's exit strategy is already paved in gold. According to a recent report from Awful Announcing and The Athletic's Andrew Marchand, Kelce will try a move to television, where he is not just a candidate but arguably the most coveted media prospect since Tom Brady. The conversation around Kelce's future has shifted from his early performance doubts to what TV can actually afford to have someone like him on the network. Media experts suggest that Kelce could command an annual salary between the $10 million and $20 million figure, positioning him immediately as a top talent. He's a guy who is only going to take a top-tier role. Because he's Travis Kelce, he can step right into a lead game analyst spot or a major studio position. As Kelce reportedly entered his exit meetings this Monday, he admitted that while the decision to return in previous years was easy, this time feels different. "I'll spend some time with the family and figure things out," he told reporters. "Either it hits me quick, or I've got to take some time." Whether he chooses to help Patrick Mahomes chase one more final ring in 2026 or hangs up the cleats this February, his financial and professional future is effectively bulletproof. With his brother Jason already established as a star on ESPN's Monday Night Countdown, the potential for a Kelce takeover of NFL media has never been more likely. His New Heights podcast, co-hosted with his brother Jason, is already a cultural phenomenon, with episodes amassing over 24 million views. His engagement to Taylor Swift has also helped expand his brand far beyond the typical sports demographic, making him a succulent personality for networks looking to attract a younger, more diverse audience. The tight end, who is 36, is a key watch over the coming months as he decides what his future will look like. Also, for the Chiefs, if they want to offer a new contract to the future Hall of Famer, what would the details of that look like? For head coach Andy Reid, this isn't the time to be desperate for an answer from Travis. We'll get to all that, but you got a little bit of time before all that stuff really needs to take place, Reid said. That's what's real right now. I know everybody wants the answer right this minute, but it's something that you got to go through. There are a lot of variables there, but we all love Trav. We know that Trav could still play, and I'm not questioning that part or any of it. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's romantic journey has once again captured the attention of the online world, this time through a heartfelt letter penned by the NFL star to the global pop sensation just before the concluding phase of the Eras tour. The handwritten message, which Taylor reads aloud, has gone viral after being showcased in her 6-part docuseries Taylor Swift, The End of an Era. Providing fans with a personal look into their relationship, the letter reminisces about the moment Kelce first witnessed Swift perform live, long before their paths crossed, and how that evening unknowingly set the stage for their shared journey. At the conclusion of Taylor Swift, The End of an Era, the artist is seen backstage with her mother, Andrea Swift, just before her last 3 performances in Vancouver in December 2024. In a tender, emotional moment, Taylor reads a letter from her fiancé, Travis Kelce. The Kansas City Chiefs tight end composed the note prior to the final segment of her record-shattering tour, reflecting on moments that shaped not only the tour but also their relationship. In the letter, Travis expresses, "This tour has brought so many incredible memories, but my favorite is witnessing you perform live for the first time. I was captivated and enchanted by a woman who didn't even know I existed." He then recalls a now famous occasion, Night 2 of Taylor's Kansas City stop in July 2023, which he attended at Arrowhead Stadium. Kelce added, "Selfishly, I want to thank you for creating this unforgettable tour and to Robert, Allen, for ensuring you stopped in Kansas City. That Night 2 in KC marked the start of my journey with the love of my life." The moment gains even more importance when fans remember how the couple's narrative began. Travis notably attended Taylor's Eras Tour concert on July 8, 2023, but didn't have the opportunity to meet her. Later that month, he confessed on New Heights, the podcast he co-hosts with his brother Jason Kelce, that he felt ***** about missing her backstage, despite having crafted a friendship bracelet with his phone number for her. What fans were unaware of at the time was the significant role Andrea Swift played in uniting them. Thanks to The End of an Era, it has now come to light that Taylor's mother encouraged her to consider Kelce after seeing online reports about their missed encounter. That gentle push proved to be crucial. Shortly thereafter, Taylor made headlines with her inaugural NFL appearance on September 24, 2023, when she attended a Kansas City Chiefs game at Arrowhead Stadium to see Kelce compete against the Chicago Bears. From that point forward, their relationship blossomed publicly, quickly becoming one of the most discussed romances in pop culture. Now, with Travis's touching letter referring to Taylor as the love of my life, fans have been granted a rare, emotional insight into how a missed opportunity transformed into a lasting love story, one that began with a concert, a bracelet, and a little encouragement from mom.